Hey everyone, I'm Sun. You're listening to Zem. I apologize that my voice sounds much hoarser, doesn't it? Honestly, this whole week has been quite busy, and I've had to use my voice a lot. But I promised I'd be here for the vodcast every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on the Zem YouTube channel, picking up the mic to share with you what's been happening in my life recently. This past week, my life has undergone some really big changes. Of course, these changes haven't just appeared in the last week. They've been brewing for the past few months, and now it's like a convergence, a unity, creating a very strange feeling. In just a few days, I'll be going home. I want to go home and rest. Naturally, I'll still arrange my work meticulously so everything can proceed as usual. I'll still upload videos regularly to meet you all, but this time, I'm not going home feeling exhausted and wanting to rest. Even though my throat is truly worn out and really needs a break, this time I'm returning with a deep sense of fulfillment, a profound gratitude for everything I have. And if I had to choose what I'm most grateful for, it would be my family and my work. I can set aside success or ambitions. It seems I feel completely content in the present, not overly greedy, not yearning to achieve grand goals anymore. Instead, I want to return to my hometown, to my home. And right now, I can't sleep, everyone. It's around midnight right now. I rarely stay up this late. But honestly, today is a day I just can't sleep. Let me tell you about some recent encounters I've had. They've been very strange, like fate. I recently participated in 2 talk shows. One was for a book club at the Diplomatic Academy, and I flew to Hanoi for 2 days to attend the event with the students. It's been a long time since I've been back, and it always feels the same. Students always shower me with so much love, innocent eyes, and genuine sharing when they ask questions, making me feel so much affection and a strong desire to help them in some way. I myself once went through the most uncertain times of my life, at 18 or 19, leaving home for a bustling city, meeting new people, and living with strangers, starting student life like that. Many conflicts arose, conflicts with other relationships as well as conflicts with myself. Everything just flowed by, and the girl I once was always yearned for success, yearning for something truly grand in this life, lots of money, lots of fame, lots of happiness, lots of people who loved me. Until one day, she felt she didn't need anything anymore. She felt she already had more than enough. She felt immensely grateful to still be alive in this world, to breathe, to wake up every morning, and that her parents were healthy, her family at peace. Having people to confide in and share with, being invited to shows and sharing with students, talking to them, and reflecting on her own tumultuous youth. That day in Hanoi, I had about 2 hours to meet with you all, the people who were there. I tried to look at you all for a long time, looking at each and every one of you. Maybe some of you were a bit far, and my eyes are a bit nearsighted, so I couldn't see everyone clearly. But afterwards we got closer, took photos together, and hugged. I felt like it was the first time meeting you, but it also felt like we'd known each other for a very long time. We've known each other for so long, we've confided in each other every night through the small screen, through videos, through sounds, through podcast episodes. And yet, our feelings grew every day, so that when we finally met, everything just overflowed. The emotions were incredible, making me cherish it so much and truly love my work. I felt like, those lonely days were truly valuable. Those days I toiled alone were truly valuable. So that today here, someone can appreciate the value in what I've done. Perhaps you also have such lonely and tiring days. Perhaps you also have nights when you can't sleep due to worry, fear, or a lack of faith in yourselves, wondering if everything we're doing will achieve anything in the future. I truly hope you're strong enough to overcome all those sleepless nights, to overcome all those anxious days, because one day, you will realize that all those sacrifices were worth it. There were days when I felt very lonely because I had no one by my side. I wanted someone to love me. I wanted someone, a boyfriend, to understand and share with me. Some people came when I wasn't ready to love, and on the days I was ready, there was no one suitable, and I just kept circling in that loop. Sitting there, lamenting my fate and waiting, wondering, when will these lonely days finally end? Have you ever experienced that feeling? I think we all feel anxious at least once in our lives, sad a few times, disappointed a few times, and ask ourselves, when will we feel truly fulfilled? When will we truly be happy? It's strange, but recently the people who have been around me have brought me so many thoughts that make me feel that what I have is truly wonderful. What I have. It's far beyond what I imagined 5 or 6 years ago. Yet, I took it for granted. I acted as if it wasn't enough. I still felt I had to toil, to pressure myself even more, to become something even greater, to receive so much more love from someone, only for the feeling to burst when I realized, I have enough. I feel truly sufficient, and I am very happy right now. On a quiet, dark night like this, sitting here alone, I don't feel lonely at all. Despite the difficulties and controversies that arose recently, thousands of people unfollowed, stopped following, and no longer loved me. This is a very large number because I cherish every single person who steps into my life. So, when they leave, I can't say there isn't a hint of regret. But it's okay. As long as each of us chooses wonderful things in life to pursue, has our own happiness, and has wonderful people to share it with, I'm even more grateful for those who stayed, whispering to me, "Son, keep going, I'm always here with you." That time was truly wonderful, one of the most memorable moments for me. It's been a long time since I felt so many emotions, and right in that moment, I received so much love from people who worried about me. Some of you even sent emails to me, telling me how much they loved me, and I'm very grateful for that. I read all the emails you sent, you wrote them so sincerely. As I sit here at midnight, unable to sleep, it's because I am genuinely overwhelmed with happiness and fulfillment. I feel that everything happening in my life is truly wonderful. My mom doesn't even know what the purpose of recording this podcast is, or if it's to share some lesson. I don't know either. I just know that I want to share these things with you. Sometimes, things happen at the worst moments so that you realize you have the most wonderful things. On a flight back from Hanoi, I met someone, an auntie, who called herself sister to me for familiarity and ease of conversation, but she's actually older than my mother. She had decades, many decades, working in journalism and then many years as a lawyer, and is currently a practicing lawyer in both Vietnam and Australia. It was quite a coincidence. We were sitting in the same row, in the same seating area. Actually, that day I had changed my flight. Initially, I was on the 9 a.m. flight, but then I changed to the 7 a.m. flight to leave earlier. And she did too. Initially, she was on the 8 a.m. flight, but then she changed to 7 a.m. to fly earlier. So we met and sat in the same row. She sat by the window and I sat by the aisle. However, the middle seat was empty. That day, both of us were holding 2 bouquets of flowers, and that was what made us both want to start a conversation. The flowers. Why were 2 people carrying flowers like that? It turned out that both of us had been to a university to share with students, and from there, we got to know each other, asking about our work, the things people who just met often talk about. And to my surprise, she expressed, "Oh, I'm also very, very keen to learn about creating online content. I see that young people nowadays are so talented, and there are so many interesting programs. I have a lot of knowledge I want to share with young people, but I don't have much experience in that field." She said, "My current work, everything is very stable and good. However, I want to be able to share more value with people. I want my voice to reach young people, just like what you're doing." And suddenly, in that moment, I felt like, it turns out what I'm doing actually has some meaning. Of course, I've always known that this is very meaningful. But when someone else shows me that, when someone else tells me that, or when someone who already has a lot of experience, who is very talented and successful in their own field, still wants to gain some experience in my field, they still want me to share my experiences in my field so they can do work similar to mine, then I feel incredibly grateful for the wonderful things I have, and I'm always ready to help others. I think there are many people with wonderful values and abundant life experiences. However, they haven't had the conditions or the fate to become an influencer, to become someone who can share those values with everyone around them. And as they live, as they move past their youth to become someone in everyone's eyes, one day they still want to do what they love. Many people share with me that now they want a job where they can share, where they can talk, where someone will listen. Sometimes, that's all they need. It's no longer about making a lot of money, no longer about a high position in some company, but about someone listening and someone being influenced by them. That makes me incredibly grateful for everything I'm doing, and it makes me more conscious of my actions, realizing, it turns out I am something after all. I don't know how to describe this feeling. But truly, everyone, on your own individual journey, you will have wonderful things. Everything you're doing is truly wonderful. Someone out there will want to be like you. Someone will want to be a teacher like you, an engineer, a tailor, a designer, a content creator. As long as you're passionate about your work and you create value, there will always be someone who deeply admires and loves you. I want to tell you that because perhaps you haven't realized it yet, and maybe right now you feel like no one admires you, no one thinks your work is valuable. If that's the case, just keep going. Continue this journey, keep striving. One day, I'm sure you'll feel that way. You'll realize that sense of fulfillment when you pause for a moment and appreciate everything you have. Before I went home to record this podcast, I had a meeting with a close sister figure from my videos. We two sisters had a great conversation, but today was even more special because we both shared our feelings of fulfillment, and we thanked each other because we're both crazy together. We sat there, saying, "You know what? I was sitting there, looking at a utility pole with so many wires and a bird perched on it, and I felt incredibly grateful because I'm living in Vietnam and I get to see that special sight. That unique scenery, only seen in our country, that utility pole with all its wires and a bird perched on it, or just the image of a raindrop falling from the eaves, drip by drip. I felt absolutely immense gratitude, my dear." She felt like her body was disappearing and only her soul was present. And I shared a similar feeling, didn't I? Sometimes when I'm at home, not doing anything, I just sit there and meditate and I feel like, I have so much. I don't need too much anymore. I feel an immense sense of appreciation. And we two sisters kept foolishly telling each other these things, saying, if anyone else heard our conversation, they'd probably think we're crazy, that we're talking nonsense, very strange things. But it seems that's the happiest we've ever felt. She sent messages and letters to her mother and her boyfriend to express her gratitude to them. She felt that she had complained too much before. She hadn't realized that their very existence, their health, was also a wonderful thing. And she wrote words of thanks and gratitude to everyone. And I did the same. I texted my mom, "I miss you so much. I'm coming home soon, and I really want to eat the food you cook and go out with you, go to the beach with you." Sometimes we expect too much, don't we? We yearn for too much. There are nights we can't sleep because we're worried, restless, and tired of this life with finances, with pressures, with difficulties, with life's desires. And we just sit there, hurting ourselves and hurting others. We place overly high expectations on ourselves and overly high expectations on those around us. We blame our parents for not caring enough, blame our partners for not being subtle exactly the way we want. We blame our bosses for not giving advice, not listening, not guiding, not recognizing us. But we forget that we aren't grateful that we get to work, that we have a job to do. We aren't grateful that our parents are healthy and are always there to support us. We aren't grateful that those who love us still care, even if it's not exactly the way we perfectly want it, not ideal in our eyes. But have I loved them the way they want? Have I given? Have I been sincere? Have I appreciated everything I have in this life? Why then do I complain about everything so much? I don't know why I'm crying, but I feel very apologetic, and even today, these tears are also tears of happiness. Tears that I feel are very worth crying, even though it's embarrassing to cry in front of so many people like this. But you know what? I can't sleep because I'm so happy. And maybe someday in the future, I'll be sad again, I'll be disappointed again. But these moments of today will surely remind me to be grateful for everything I have. And honestly, I've never felt this way before. I've never had such a strange feeling. I truly hope that you can connect with your consciousness about life, saying, be gentler with yourself, be gentler with life, and let everything flow naturally. Love more. Love is what solves everything. Love deeply, share, be there for each other, overcome difficulties together, love yourself, connect deeply with yourself. Be grateful for everything happening in your life, no matter how bad or wonderful it may be. Cherish your family. Cherish those who always listen to you. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Speak up. Speak up about how you want to be loved, how you want to be appreciated. Speak up about all the things you are grateful for and thankful for to everyone around you. Say it out loud. I don't know what else to say now. I just know that everything is very magical for me. Others might not realize it, but my sister and I understand each other so well, we understand this feeling. It might be foolish to share these things, but I hope you will see the happiness in life from the small and humble things, so that we can awaken to ourselves, awaken to the things we cherish most, instead of chasing money, chasing pressure, chasing competition, chasing frivolous things in life, and forgetting that simply existing, simply living in this world, is already an incredibly wonderful thing that sometimes we forget. I hope you all have peaceful nights, moments of gratitude in your lives, and thank you all very much for always believing in yourselves, for moving forward, and for dedicating love to this life. Thank you all so much. Thank you for always supporting and listening. Among so many podcasts, you chose Sun's podcast to dedicate your precious time. Once again, thank you all very much, and I'll see you in future evenings when I've finally gotten some sleep. Good night, everyone, and much love to you all.